WLFI Lafayette, serving Mid-North Indiana. Now from TV18, Lafayette's news leader, Stacy Spooler, Angela Buckman with weather, and Clayton Duffy Sports. This is Lafayette Live, TV18 News Live.
Good evening. Local officers were pulled from the streets to maintain order at Kokomo's Ku Klux Klan rally today. And as Anquinette Jameson reports, whether you share the beliefs of the Klan or not, your tax dollars help support their rally. A total of 40 local officers, including units from Tippecanoe County, Lafayette Police, and the State Police from the Lafayette Post, patrolled the streets of downtown Kokomo today, some 40 miles away from their home base. The massive show of force there left a huge void here.
I believe it's shorthanded. The Sheriff's Department here, Sheriff Murtaugh, is very cooperative, and they're aware of it, and have taken a couple calls this morning that our trooper that we have or troopers too far away to help. So, well, certainly there's coverage here. It's just that you kind of shuffle and make things do.
State troopers from Lafayette stayed out of sight, locked behind the doors of the Howard County Courthouse. They were to be called to action only in the case of an emergency. Other local officers made their presence more apparent.
It's been pretty slow, and the crowd has been pretty cooperative. We're searching here, not allowing anyone to take anything in but 2 keys and a wallet, and we're getting a few complaints, but people, for the most part, are well-behaved. It makes a long day for us, but we're glad to help them. They come over and helped us when we had our rally a couple of years ago.
Today's work will fall under overtime for many of these officers, but the real cost of this rally can't be totaled in tangible currency.
I've been on 24 years, and the first one I attended, I thought, what a disgrace and embarrassment to our country. But on the other side of that, in all fairness, where else but in America could people with such radical views that create nothing but trouble be protected to say it? So on one side, you're angry that you're there. Then on the other side, it's freedom at its best, and unfortunately in a very sad way.
Police say the 2-hour Klan rally was peaceful. The group dispersed without any incidents of violence. In Kokomo, Anquinette Jameson, TV18 News. Hundreds of officers from locations throughout the state helped Howard County with the rally. Many people prefer to order flowers from florists in their local area. But call one of the florists listed in some area telephone directories, and your call could be forwarded out of state. You may be automatically connected with a floral shop like this one in Bernardsville, New Jersey. It arranges for the orders to be filled by a local florist, but it keeps some of the profits. Local shops say if the practice continues, they will be losing money and consumers will be paying higher prices. It's a problem that State Senator Katie Wolf has been investigating. Wolf has drafted legislation that would make the practice illegal.
When someone comes in from out of state and acts in a deceptive manner, which is what we feel they have done, we need to do some things to correct it.
Other states have passed similar measures, and Wolf says she's confident the bill will win the approval of Indiana's General Assembly. It was history in the breaking for the Indiana Historical Society today as 92 very important diggers broke ground for a new facility in Indianapolis. They rolled up their sleeves and dug in to ensure that Hoosier history has a permanent home.
It was a pitch-in of historic proportion as 92 VIDs, representing every Indiana county, joined shovels for the Indiana Historical Society in breaking ground for a $35 million headquarters. The move is designed to ensure that treasures of our 19th state are preserved.
What does a new building mean to this society? Well, what is about to happen here means further expansion of the society's educational and scholarly missions, additional space for more and more research and exhibits, and creation of a new series of public outreach programs, an exciting prospect.
After the groundbreaking, over 800 guests celebrated with an old-fashioned ice cream social and listened to the music of famous Hoosier musicians Cole Porter and Hoagie Carmichael, while the likes of poet James Whitcomb Riley, President Benjamin Harrison, Johnny Appleseed, and other historic characters mingled with the crowd. The Indiana Historical Society is one of the nation's oldest and most prestigious independent nonprofit organizations that maintains a priceless collection of rare manuscripts, photographs, maps, books, and other material on the history of Indiana and the old Northwest Territory. The planned 165,000 square foot, 4-story building, located about a block from the State House on the northeast corner of Ohio and West Streets in Indianapolis, will enable the Society to expand facilities and services. It will include a 300-seat auditorium, 30,000 square feet of library, research, and storage space, conservation and microfilming labs, classrooms, a bookstore, and 8,000 square feet of exhibit space, giving Friends of History a lot to be pleased about.
I think what they're going to get is they're going to get a facility that's going to put the whole state together as one whole history, and it'll be presented that way here. And we'll be able to see our piece of that history in Tippecanoe County, which we've contributed to the whole state.
The Society plans to occupy the new limestone, granite, and brick home by the fall of 1998. This is Terry Jackson reporting from Indianapolis for TV 18 News.
They're getting ready for one of the busiest times of the year. We'll show you workers setting up for this year's Tippecanoe County 4-H Fair. And Hurricane Bertha is now Tropical Storm Bertha. We'll update you on the big storm just ahead on Lafayette Live.
Great news from Bill DeFau Chevrolet BMW Geo special no money down lease plans on 2 Consumer Digest Best Buy award-winning Geos. The 4-door Prism of Best Buy. Lease it for no money down for only $199 per month for 36 months. And on the Fun to Drive Geo Tracker, you can now lease a 4-door Geo Tracker, no money down, for just $249 per month on a 36-month lease. Don't wait. Check out the great Geo lease plans and save today at DeFau in Lafayette.
This summer, follow the spirit of America to Shell, where you can get an American flag free with 4 fill-ups.
And by their right and by their might, it wins forever.
Free American flag at the home of America's best-selling gasoline, Shell.
How would you like to win a brand new house? Or a check for $150,000? Either of these could be yours if you just enter the Big Brothers Big Sisters 1996 house raffle. Only 3,500 certificates will be sold at $100 apiece, so hurry and get yours today. The last day of sales will be July 26th, and the drawing will be held August 18th at Sunnyside Middle School. Pick up your raffle tickets today at the Big Brothers Big Sisters office or at this location.
Portions of Lafayette Live are sponsored by DeFau Chevrolet BMW Geo and by McCord Goodyear Tire Stores.
The high winds and heavy rains from Hurricane Bertha have caused a lot of damage to the coast. Since the Carolinas are always a busy summer vacation spot, many travel agencies have also been affected. Anxious coastal residents are lining up at bridges trying to get onto North Carolina's Barrier Island to find out what Hurricane Bertha did to their property. Carolina Beach and Kerr Beach were hit hard. Rooftops were torn off, trees knocked over, and several areas flooded. Many travel agencies say some airline flights into the area have been postponed.
I had a neighbor last night. I took his tickets to. He was going down to Jacksonville, North Carolina, and he got down last night to fly, and they wouldn't let him fly. The power was out down there, and they told him that he was rescheduled.
Visitors are also being advised that if their vacations are scheduled on the coast, to start their trip on Sunday. Travel agencies like Imperial Travel in Lafayette say Mother Nature can really hurt the travel industry.
Myrtle Beach is a big area for golfing and all that. There's beautiful golf courses there, and it does hurt tourism there, absolutely, yeah.
Even though natural disasters can be tough on the travel industry, it's a nightmare for residents cleaning up the mess. Terry Phillips shows us how people are dealing with Hurricane Bertha's destruction.
In the aftermath of Hurricane Bertha, most folks were happy to find their homes intact, but many faced the task of clearing toppled trees and scattered debris. Others had to deal with battered boats and bruised cars. For nearly everyone, it was a long day of post-storm blues and frustration, especially for those who could not yet get back home again.
And just let the locals own. Hey, believe me, that's what I went included for.
Earlier in the day, the Wilmington began selling cleanup equipment, all marked down to sales prices.
Well, what we're trying to do is help the community. We had this truck just arrive about 10 o'clock today from Jacksonville, Florida, full of generators, chainsaws, chainsaw lube, anything else, just so we could help the community.
Bertha crashed into the Carolina coastline with a tumultuous wallop. Fortunately, human casualties were few and far between. The hurricane killed power for about 400,000 people throughout the region. Emergency crews immediately began to restore service.
We probably had close to 100,000 out in the Wilmington district, and I would estimate now we probably have in the whole district 70,000 out.
As Bertha continued edging north along the Atlantic shore, the wind blew out of her sails, and she was downgraded to a tropical storm. About all Virginia saw was rough waves and heavy rain.
Compared to some previous hurricanes, Bertha did relatively limited property damage, but the tempest took its toll on the tourist trade, literally putting a damper on what should have been a very profitable weekend. So tonight, Carolinians are counting their blessings and their losses. Terry Phillips, CBS News, Wilmington, North Carolina.
4-H Fair time is almost here again for Tippecanoe County. Setup for the event takes almost as long as the event itself. Crews were out early this morning getting a head start on setting up the fairgrounds for this year's 4-H Fair. First up was the tough task of pitching the tent. Even a few animals put in early appearance. The county's fair is one of the largest in the area. Organizers say if you want to attend, plan on showing up early. An extra day has been added to this year's fair. Activities kick off Saturday the 20th and run through the 27th. Just ahead, flood damage to farms in North Korea has left the country's food supply in jeopardy. We'll tell you how they're trying to survive Mother Nature's attack. And it may be the biggest war atrocity to hit Europe in more than 50 years. We'll show you the UN's efforts to exhume a mass grave in Bosnia. Stay with us.
Hey, check it. Your Indiana Ford dealer can lease you a new Ranger for just $149 a month. Just $149 a month for a Ranger, America's best-selling compact truck, with a standard driver's airbag, AM/FM stereo with cassette, flashy chrome step bumper, and cool styling wheels. All for just $149 a month. No wonder Ranger kicks on every other compact truck around. Your Indiana Ford dealer. I know a place. We'll take you there. Enter the entertainment zone with Cox Cable this summer. We'll take you there. Discover one-of-a-kind networks with live sports events, new shows, and exclusive specials. Call now. Cox Classic Service installation is only $4.96 on up to 2 TVs when you order the Cox HBO Max Pack. You'll get the best of cable. We'll take you there. From Cox Communication. We'll take you there. Like a member of the family, we stay in touch with you. The heart and soul of our community. We're TV 18, and you make us great. At home, at work, at play. Caring, sharing every day. We're TV 18. You make us the best. You make us the best.
Closed captioning for Lafayette Live is brought to you by Klein's Design Frame Joint and Gallery Decorating Center.
The UN War Crimes Investigation Team continues the gruesome task of unearthing bodies from a mass grave in Srpska. The leader of the team is disputing Bosnian Serb claims the bodies are Muslim soldiers killed in the conflict. Testimony from survivors allege that Serb troops massacred between 3,000 and 8,000 Muslim men and boys as they tried to escape what they thought had been a UN safe zone. Bosnian Serbs have held firm to their statements that the bodies are soldiers killed in battle. If the UN confirms its beliefs, this could be the worst war atrocity in Europe in a half a century. Floods have left North Korea's food distribution center in danger of collapsing. Word from the United Nations World Food Program is the communist nation is desperately short of food and fuel. The North Korean government has been forced to drastically cut food supplies under its nationwide rationing system. People have begun cultivating vegetables wherever they can. but much of the country's farmlands have been damaged. And they're predicting more hard times for the country, with the most difficult coming in September, a month before crops are harvested. They are gone, but they haven't been forgotten. Today, Cuban exiles launched a flotilla from Key West, Florida, in tribute to the 41 people killed 2 years ago trying to leave the communist country. Their craft, a fleeing tugboat, was sunk by Castro gunboats in 1994. Today's flotilla was coordinated by a group calling itself the Democracy Movement. The group went to the edge of Cuban waters, but organizers say they had no plans to enter Cuba and weren't seeking a confrontation with Castro's forces. Well, compared to last year, this summer has been a mild one, temperature-wise. Will the pleasant conditions continue? Angela, what's it look like?
Actually, the pleasant conditions continue right now. We have temperatures for the most part in the 70s across the state. We're in store for a cool down, and then a warm-up. We'll be in the 90s by the middle of the week. I'll explain the changing weather pattern next. Stay tuned.
It's time to clear out the 96 models to make room for the 97.
So come on in Twin City Dodge Chrysler Plymouth with the 96 Car and Truck Clearance Carnival.
Over 300 new 96 models must be moved to make room for the new 97.
See the huge selection of Caravans, Voyagers in town and country.
200 in stock or on the way.
We've got them and they've got to go.
Come in to Twin City Dodge Chrysler Plymouth right away.
You get the best deal all the time. 1, 2, 3.
Fazoli's Italian Trio, Fettuccine Alfredo, Baked Ziti, and your choice of garden salad or lemon ice. For just a little do-re-mi.
Fazoli's Real Italian.
Hot summer nights, July 26th, 27th, 28th, and August 4th. Have a blast at Greater Lafayette's biggest party of the summer. 9 events to take you back to the way it was. Relive the days when summer nights were spent being cool at the drive-in. Friday, July 26th, the Burger King Cruise-In. Saturday from 8 to 4, enjoy the 10th Annual Lafayette Cruisers Cars Show. And don't forget to bust out your senior cords for Dancing in the Streets Saturday night. Lafayette's biggest party of the summer. Hot summer nights.
Tonight, a multi-million-dollar Powerball jackpot could be yours. Hi, everybody. Mike Pace here with America's biggest jackpot game. Almost 19 million. 18.6 is the estimated jackpot for tonight. Winners, lots of winners. Here are a couple of Powerball winners, and you could be our next multimillionaire, and we'll know within seconds of right now. So stand by. 34 is the first ball. 34 followed by 15. And then 23, of course, that Powerball still to come. The jackpot could be as high as $24 million on Wednesday if we don't give it away tonight. We have number 6. We have number 29. Now, the Powerball is the big payoff. Tonight, it is number 16. Here they are again, 34, 15, 23, 6, and 29, 16, the Powerball. Remember, if we don't give it away, it gets bigger till someone becomes a multimillionaire. Good night.
Portions of Lafayette Live are brought to you by De Beers.
Well, it was a perfect day to take a walk. I did myself. Yeah. I took my 2 dogs for a walk. It was great.
I bet that was a chore.
Yeah, I had a greyhound in one hand and a little Maltese in the other. So.
That is a chore.
It was a chore.
It was a great afternoon, though.
Yeah,
you weren't too hot?
No, not at all.
Yeah, we ended up topping out about 88 degrees this afternoon. The humidity was a little bit on the rise, but we're going to be in store for a cool down. But then temperatures in the 90s by Wednesday and Thursday. We'll have that extended forecast in just a minute. Outside right now, partly cloudy skies. Temperatures, though, comfortable, 72 degrees. Relative humidity, 68%. The winds have calmed down quite a bit. In fact, at the 6 o'clock hour, they were from the west at 22 miles an hour. They're calm right now. Barometer on the rise and no precipitation since midnight. Our high temperature all the way up to 88 degrees. Our low this morning down to 70. The normals for today, 87 and 64, and that record low of 47 set back in 1976. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 5:29 and sunset at 8:18. Well, again, temperatures across the state this afternoon were fairly warm and fairly pleasant for this time of year. We had temperatures in the 80s for the most part. 190-degree reading came in from Evansville this afternoon. We hit 88 here in Lafayette. Also down in Indianapolis, the coolest spot in the state was South Bend this afternoon with 82 degrees. Now, we had a mix of sun and clouds throughout most of the afternoon. those patchy clouds continue across portions of the state right now. The thicker clouds still building out to our west. In fact, building throughout most of the plain states. The national view of the satellite also has a good view of Tropical Storm Bertha, which is finally moving out to sea, moving to the northeast at about 29 miles an hour. Winds, though, still at about 50 miles an hour and continues to produce quite a bit of rain across portions of the northeast. National radar picking up some shower and thunder shower activity over the northeastern part of the country, also along the Gulf Coast states and throughout the plains. No rain in our forecast for tonight, just partly cloudy skies, and temperatures fairly comfortable. Will drop down into the middle 60s across most of the area with some 70s down to our south, and we're in store for another warm one tomorrow afternoon as we top out in the middle to upper 80s. We'll see some sunshine early in the day with the possibility of clouds increasing in the afternoon. We also may see an isolated shower or a thunderstorm as we'll have a weak frontal system moving through the area tomorrow. That chance for a thunderstorm continues into early on Monday, but by Monday afternoon, the front pushes off to our east, and we'll have high pressure building in behind it. This will give us some sunshine for Monday afternoon. It'll be a cooler and drier area of high pressure, which means some cooler temperatures and lower humidities. In fact, highs on Monday afternoon top out only in the upper 70s to lower 80s across the state. Here's the forecast for tonight: partly cloudy and mild. We drop down to 64 degrees. For tomorrow, partly cloudy, a slight chance of an isolated thunderstorm in the afternoon, and into the evening hours we'll top out at 86 degrees tomorrow. Tomorrow night, cloudy skies. Again, a slight chance for a thunderstorm. Our low down to 66 degrees. The coolest day of the week ahead on Monday, coming in at 81 degrees with some sunshine. Start to warm up by Tuesday, 86. By Wednesday and Thursday, the 90s return. It'll be hot and humid by the end of the week. Really a great week to go out to the fair or something.
Yeah, definitely.
Take
And
the
I know,
pool.
yeah, I know we're going to have to turn our air conditioners on. I turned mine off temporarily, but that's going to change.
It's going to change by Wednesday.
All right, thanks, Angela. Well, it was a great night for baseball action.
Yeah, the Lafayette Leopards battling Anderson. We'll have highlights of that. Plus the Dream Team, the women, taking on Italy.
What else is so rare, so naturally brilliant, so extremely pure, that it can capture the light of your love? This year, give her the diamond that will take her breath away.
Only your Goodyear retailer has it. The only tire with a lifetime tread-life warranty. Introducing the new all-season Goodyear InfiniTread with high-tensile steel belts and space-age molecular compounds for durability. Its tread is guaranteed for as long as you own your car. Goodyear InfiniTread. For traction, for tread life, for as long as you own your car. New InfiniTread. The only tire with a lifetime tread-life warranty.
Available at McCord Auto Supply, Lafayette, West Lafayette, Monticello, and Ballard.
Are you tired of fighting the traffic just to stand for the same old mass-produced food? Then come downtown and reach Sarjoke, a local institution for more than 63 years. Our chefs prepare the best hand-cut steaks for you, seared on a hot grill to seal in the flavor. They also sell the same great steaks for you to take home and prepare yourself. Try the other great favorites like barbecued ribs, grilled tuna, or the chicken special. Finish it off with one of our homemade desserts. So when you're tired of the rest, come back for the best. Sarjoke on Main Street, downtown Lafayette.
Hi, everyone. The Lafayette Leopards have been on a roll lately, but it's been in the wrong direction. The Spotted Cats came into this evening's action on a 5-game skid. But tonight, Bob Hallis' squad was determined to break out against the Anderson Lawmen on Seat Cushion Night. A season-best crowd of 863 on hand. Watch these two guys here on the dizzy bat race. I know one of them's Tim Newton there on the right. And both boys have some problems as one makes his way into the dugout. I hope he didn't get hurt. Top of the 7th, Anderson. Mike Shirley bloops a single to center. Toby Ricard races home. It's 5-0 Lawman, and things are not looking good. But bottom of the 7th, the Leopards fight back for 4 runs. Kedrick Porter singles to left. 2-run score, including Armando Santa Ana. They're down 5-4. We head to the 8th, game tied at 5. Jake Krause singles to center field. Eddie Kidwell races home, and the Leopards win it. 8-7 and snap a 5-game slide. American Legion Baseball, we can go on to the Generals here from CC. The Generals in Columbus. The Generals O.J. Tinn making the great tackle right there. I'm only guilty of making a great tackle. 3 plays in the first quarter. Gene Garnes takes the pass here and goes 36 yards for the touchdown. It's 8-0 Columbus. on this fine evening for semi-pro football action. Gracie Rosa, the Generals boss, saying, not looking too good. Gary Borkin takes this pass, a little spin here on the sideline, and he is gone. Number 7 goes 60 yards. Columbus is up 15-0, and they go on to win it 23-12. American baseball from today. Post 11 gets a pair from Terre Haute. Post 346, 5-zip and 11-10. Jake McIntyre, 6 for 7, 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. The Post will play up in South Bend tomorrow. Well, the first round of the Men's City Golf Championships is in the books from the city course. Brent Hoffman, the defending champion, survived his opening match against Hank Mahosky, while 3-time city champ John Weiss needs extra hole to advance over Brian Green. And just a great day to get out there and play golf or be at the pool or what he had to do today other than work. Par 3 13th, Dick Murray buries this putt here and goes on to defeat Tim Hayes, your final 5-4. To the par 3 15th, defending champion Brent Hoffman lets it fly from the tee here on the drive. And this one looks like one of mine because it's way away from it, and things are not looking real good here. But because Brent is the defending champion, he knows what to do. It's the putt and get it up there close, and he does, and it almost goes in the hole. Nice putt right there. Still on the same hole. Mahosky down 4 holes. Needs to roll this putt to keep the match going, and it stops before it goes in, which is not good. Hoffman wins that one 4-3. 15. 15 was a big hole today. Jimmy Young knocks this one in for par and takes his match over David Martin 4-3. Still on the 15th. Jeff Senior to be. Jeff Walkie. A lot of Jeffs there. Chip here. He'd go on to make par and put pressure on his opponent, which is this man, Brian Stapleton, who needs to nail this putt to continue against Walkie. It's on its way, and it slides by. So Jeff picked up the win 4-3. The match of the day, Brian Green and John Weiss here on the second hole of sudden death. Number 2, the par 3, flying out of the mud there near the lake. How did he get that one out of there? He did. So he needs to make this putt from about 40 feet to get up and down for par. It's in the hole. That is a heck of a putt with the dance included. So the pressure is on, but he can handle the pressure as he knocks down the putt here. And we move on to the 4th playoff hole, which is number 4, and it's the par 5. And Weiss with his 3rd shot, the wedge. How to play this one. Up there nice and close, about 5 feet away. So Green needs this one to continue on. Get a birdie here, put some pressure on John. This one flies by. Weiss the chance here. He drops the bird and wins his match. 1 up after 22 holes, and talks about that wild 2nd playoff hole.
On number 2, I was trying to hit a 3-iron and put it on the green. Trying to play safe, and hooked it in the water. I was real lucky. I was able to go in the water and hit it out of there. Got it on the green and made the putt. And then Brian made it on top of me from about 15 feet, and that was one of the greatest pressure putts I've ever seen down here. I mean, I thought I had the match right there.
I played pretty good. I started off a little slow this morning, but on the back nine, I really played well, solid golf, and I think that's where it counts. If you can get going on the back nine, you can catch up a lot there.
So here's your scores from today. Pick out your favorite local golfers. Shaw, Bond, Ullery, Geary, and Cheney all pick up a win, as does Young and Weiss here on the second page. Deaton, Vaughn, and Keene, and a couple of Fergusons, Brian and Tom, 3-1, and 1 up. Play resumes tomorrow morning. The Lafayette Area 14 and under boys basketball team captured the AAU National Invitational Championship today in Cocoa Beach, Florida. The team, simply known as the Athlete, built a 10-point halftime lead and never looked back, knocking off Waukesha, Wisconsin 61-43. The team made up of West Lafayette's Andrew Ford, Frankfort's Carter Harris and Travis Nichols, Carroll's Justin Kingery, Jay Dawson and Matt, and Rossville's Mickey McGill. And the team was coached by Carroll's girls basketball coach, Dan Dawson. On to some more basketball. The Dream Team, the women, and Italy today. Or this evening from MSA, the Admiral and the Mailman looking on. First half, Teresa Edwards. On move hits Ruthie Bolton as Bolton nails the J right there. Carroll swoops, takes the pill and gets it into Lisa Leslie for 2 of her 24 points. Up at the half at 33. But the U.S. explodes in the second. Nikki McRae sparks a 39-2 run with the steal and the defense. And then Dawn Staley coming up here with a penetration and no look to Carla McGee. Penny, my man Penny, so impressed as USA wins by 40
people. Everyone came in, and what I said, you know, they did their job. You know, we were able to play a lot of people, and they all contributed. Whereas in the first half, we had people go in, and they're kind of just taking up space out there when they're capable of doing a lot better.
Of course, the men play tomorrow at noon at the RCA Dome. The Windy from today, Indiana and Michigan from Columbus, Battelle Hall. Lee Kumler on the drive and the miss, but there's the big fella. Ben Anderson cleans up and draws the foul. 6 points and 9 boards for Big Ben on his way to Indiana State. Greg McQuay takes the outlet here and then takes off the 360. Bam jam, but Indiana falls 107-100. They'll play Kentucky tomorrow in the consolation game.
All right, thanks, Clayton. We'll be right back after this. Stay tuned.
I'm trying to.
Also in for the Devils, number 22, Brent Gregory. The fouls number 44 and 4. That's his first for Team 7.
Okay.
nice, and the weather just couldn't.
The ballot